So Mish wrote this little song to give you a little glimpse into this fabulous sport that we call cheerleading, okay? Okay. So if you want to tumble, and tumble fast, push through your legs, thrust through your shoulders, squeeze your abs, Jess. By far, cheerleaders are the best, and you know this. And we are not afraid to show this on our face. Call it facials, just we work the crowd. Basket tosses so high, will they ever come down? Smileys, kisses, wings, honey, never a frown. Big bows and bright makeup, but please there, no clown.
The next squad onto the mat to be judged by panel A in the junior duo tumbling. Please welcome ACA, Kyra and Chase.
I don't think about the times we won. That's not what stuck with me. The times I think about are the times where we were laughing and playing around or team bonding or doing, like we've done shows to like musicals and stuff. It's completely nothing to do with cheer. So I remember we all went down. There was about 6 of us, out of my cousins, and we all went down to this tryouts, which was in a primary school in Kilburn. And then we went there, and I thought, wait, this is not what I expected. We were, there were mats on the floor, there was a bunch of kids around. I have a vague memory of us sitting in a circle, just showing our skills, ranging from, cartwheels to backwards walkovers, and there aren't many like that in the UK at all. So I think it can be kind of hard for people from diverse backgrounds to start the sport because, for one, it's quite niche, but also for two, you don't see other people who look like you doing it. So people might already discount it and think it's not for me. But here, you can see people that look like you from the top down. You can see like the founder is Caribbean and a woman, and you can see that the coaches are quite diverse as well. So everyone is welcome, and you can see that in like the philosophy of how the company is founded and how it's built.
There's so much you get from cheerleading. It is a really useful sport because of things like teamwork and resilience and patience, tolerance. There's so many different values that you have to get with a sport like cheerleading, simply because you need each other so much in this sport. You can't lift somebody, or you can, but you can't create a stunt group with just one person and a flyer. You need 2, 3, 4 people working together to get this flyer, the girl who's lifted or the person lifted, or the pyramid, that's a structure, up into the air. You need everybody to work together and to put in the same amount of work.
I was super shy as a kid. You would talk to me, I wouldn't even want to talk to you. But this is me reflecting from what my parents have told me when I was super young. But I started cheer, and going from being that super shy kid to not really wanting to speak, super introverted, to performing in a big arenas in front of thousands of people from a young age. That's the experience that I got through cheer. The trumpet, the springboards, we used that roller for flips. We used all of these blocks really, and these it's mainly just the bars, the beam, and the rings that we don't use. But yeah, all of the other equipment we use. Core memories that I'll always take with me, and so many inside jokes and everything developed between the friends that I made along the way, who are still my friends to this day since we were small kids. So we went to France to perform, and those are opportunities that I got through cheer. Being able to go to Texas to compete, so many different things along the years that I'm probably forgetting.
It's like one big family in that sense. So we have people from lots of different Caribbean islands, but we're not like, oh, you're from that island, I'm from this island. It's just like one big Angelz family. And we try to ingrain that, even from people who are not from the Caribbean at all. We try not to see colour. It's without sounding too woo-woo, it's about, you know, the energy that we can bring out of these young people and what we can help to create and empower them with.
I think all of those things made it feel like home to me. It was always like way more than just cheer. As Caribbeans, we all kind of have slightly different cultures. Like for myself, I'm Jamaican and Bayesian, so I see the difference between my two cultures. Sometimes there's similarities, sometimes there's slight differences. But I also do think it's different in terms of generations. I want to say second and third generation. So it was my great-grandparents that moved here. I've had interesting conversations with my dad, and he said, you know, in his generation, most of his parents were, you know, either from back home or it was their grandparents, you know, that came here. So he thinks that they're kind of more connected to the culture because their parents lived there for a bit and, you know, directly taught them things. Going to my other side of the family, my other grandma, she would have, you know, just the radio playing in the household and we're hearing like Lovers Rock and things like that. So yeah, I guess very subtle things, or even like growing up and like when I was younger and my nanny, she used to make soup and then she used to let me help with the boiled dumplings and we'd like knead them together and I would make like little stick men and stuff of dumplings and put them in the pot. So I guess some things like that are like how I interacted with my culture, but I think for the most point, even though it's ingrained in me, a lot of the things that we do are like things I don't even question. So I think as an adult, it's me kind of piecing them together and thinking, okay, I do this because of this, and this is come from my culture that's been passed down.
Hi, welcome to the Royal Albert Hall. Welcome to our event, Sound in the Hall. Let me give you a tour on our design. Let's go.
There was so much that happened, but it's an intergenerational event where we discovered and explored the music that was brought from the Windrush generation, and how that affected, you know, the rave scene, how it affected politics, how it affected how we interact, from, you know, fashion to the music scene to the club scene, and yeah, just how all of that came about and how it's, you know, affected London now and Great Britain now. And it's so important to do things like that. And when people showed up, it was really intergenerational, which meant we could explore and celebrate our culture. And I think there should be more things like that, where the older generation and the younger generation can come together and explore their culture and, you know, have fun and interact and celebrate, because there's so much that we brought to the UK that I don't think we get the props for or is really acknowledged. And yeah, I think that's a really big thing, and I think us as the younger generation should really understand what, you know, the older generation has done so far, so that we can, you know, keep it going.
I've had the ups and the downs, and times where I just felt like giving up, and times where I'm just totally in love with it. But I think perseverance is the key. Take Chase, for example, who started as a youngster, and I've got to watch her grow in the sport and, like I said, branch out to different higher level programs, compete in America. For me, it's not about, I don't care who she goes with or who she competes with. I know that I helped to get her there, and I'm proud of her regardless. That's the same for all of our athletes. It's just enjoying that journey with them and helping them feel nurtured and happy at this younger age, so that they're more ready for the world as they get older. That's what we exist for.
Record George. Boom. I swear to God, she's so cool. Hey. Peace out.